Hey y'all, how you doing? It's your girl. For the purpose of this video, my name is Trisha Paytas. Can I get sued for that? My name is Bertha Bertrude. Welcome back to my channel. I missed y'all. Oh my gosh. I feel like I've not sat down and just recorded a video in so long. I'm excited to do so. For today's video, we're gonna be talking about schooling in the pandemic. I just gotta get something off my chest. Some things off my chest. Yesterday marked the last day of my finals week, and when I tell you that thing rocked me up, it rocked me up, put me in a bag, threw the bag into the river, gave me a nice saute and some salt, then threw me down a mountain. It rocked me up, and it was the first semester that we were schooling in a pandemic. Now this whole entire school year has been by far my worst school year in the history of my schooling years. It was giving depression, anxiety, suicide, depression, more depression and depression. Schooling in a pandemic seemed all fun and games because you're at home. Imagine schooling at home seems like a very, very fun thing to do. It seems very ideal. But when I tell you it wasn't, it was more ideal than schooling at school, but damn was it hard. So this video is just gonna be me ranting about schooling in a pandemic. Stay tuned. So at the beginning, it was March when the pandemic started, right? Or am I bugging? February-ish. All my professors emailed me, and I emailed a lot of people, okay, saying, this is a very, very hard period of time for a lot of people. So many of you have COVID, so many of you might get COVID, so we're gonna make this year very easy going for you.
Stop the cap.
Shut up. You, my friend, are a liar. You are lying to your guinea tits. If anything, my professors made it harder for me to school during a pandemic. They made it harder. No question about it. They made it harder than it had to be. Things are very, very simple. You read your book, you do the test, you get A. You don't read book and you don't take test, you get Z. Simple. But when I tell you they complicated it, they complicated it. Let's start with the beginning of the pandemic, where we were all learning how to use Zoom. Now, for the people who do not know what Zoom is a website where students are all on video call with their professors, and we have class but through video call. You have the option of shutting off your video and shutting off your audio so the professor cannot see you or hear you, or turning it on so that they can see you and hear you. I don't know about y'all, but in my classes, every student would have their cameras off, audio off. The only person who had something on was the professor. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Because why? Because the professor was the only person teaching the class. Why am I putting my camera on? Why? In real life class, it was never a requirement for me to show my face. Now you're telling me you're gonna dock my grade 50% if I don't show my face. Are you mad? I feel like after a couple weeks of classes, professors got tired of being the only person in the class with their camera on. So what did they do? One of my professors sent me an email. It was a class email, so she sent it to everybody, saying, for the next class, it's a requirement for the cameras to be on, for there to be no eating, no drinking, no sleeping, no walking, no talking, no running, nothing of the sorts. She said, we needed to be in class in a setting that was, quote, like we were schooling in person. So she wanted us to sit in class like this, on camera, and listen to what pure boo. Let me just. But it wasn't a problem for me, so I was like, you know what? It's not that hard. The only difference with me is that when I was doing my classes, I was sleeping here. My computer, I would sleep with it next to my head. I would turn the computer on at 7:52 when my class was at 8 o'clock, and I just turn around, open the Zoom call, go back to... I wouldn't go back to bed, but I would stay in my bed as class was happening. Now she's saying there's no staying in bed, there's no doing XYZ, so now I have to get up and I had to sit in a proper stance, which is okay. You know what? You're not asking me for too much, teacher, professor. I will do it. I will do it for you, professor. That's the first thing. First of all, you're asking for too much. I'm in my own house, my humble abode. Now you want me to account for your way of living in my house? Are you crazy? Have you gone mad? That wasn't the problem. That was not the problem.
We need to move Lonzo.
That ain't no problem. The problems came later in the semester. I noticed that whenever I'd have an issue with anything, whether that be Wi-Fi or a family member contracting COVID and I'm at risk, or anything of any emergency, and I would email the professor. The professors would not get back to me at all. There was one professor, only one. He was so nice, so kind, so kind. He would email me back in an instant. But all my other professors couldn't be bothered to send a little email back to explain whatever it was. Like, you assign a midterm, then I have question about midterm, and then when I asked you the question, you don't respond. When I tell you I had a midterm, not even a midterm, I had a final project due yesterday. I emailed this woman about this final project that was due yesterday. She ignored me. The assignment, it is now 8:57, December 4th. The assignment is going to close at 11:59. She has not emailed me back. Mind you, the emails we had before were between a minute of each other. Then throughout the emails, I started to notice she was getting attitude with me. She was getting energy. She was getting attitude. So what did she do? Instead of catching an attitude with me and emailing back with an attitude, what did she do? She just stopped responding to me. She said, F you and your grade. I said, wow. Now, wow. Like, how are you gonna say that you were trying to make this pandemic more smooth for me in terms of learning in the pandemic and then not respond to the only way of communication that we have? Are you stupid? Have you gone nuts? You've gone nuts. Not even a question about it. That professor was very, 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 very rude. She's very rude. You're very, very rude. And if you're watching this video, I want you to know that me, myself, I'm telling you with my mouth, you're rude. That leads me into my next point. Some of the professors that I had were kind of like catching an attitude because we were reaching out so much. If my memory is correct, we're all going through COVID-19 at the same time for the first time. So who are you to act like me? I've been here before and that I know how to maneuver this whole entire thing. Huh? You literally, I'm asking you questions for you to answer. Now you don't want to answer. You're getting annoyed that I'm emailing you. What did you want me to do? What did you want me to do? You assigned a complicated assignment and now I'm sitting here and I don't know what to do. And I'm emailing you for asking a question and you have now ignored me. Wow. This video should just be called ranting about professors. You guys are on a roll. You guys are really on a roll. On a roll and on some crack. The drug that you are on is crack. Behaving the way you're behaving. Another thing I realized a lot of my professors were doing was you could email them and be like, I have contracted COVID-19. Or I am going through a depressive episode and I've been in my bed wallowing away for weeks and weeks and weeks and I'm struggling and I went to doctor's visits and murmur. They'll email you back. That depressive episode sounds great. Please have your 15-page midterm paper in the next 2 minutes, please. Absolutely no regard for the fact that we're in a pandemic. I am convinced that at the beginning of the semester, when they said they were gonna take it easy on us because we're in a pandemic, they were possessed by a demon, a real life one, satanic one. Because there was no way that they're the one. The same person who's telling me to have this midterm done in 2 minutes is not the same person who told me they were gonna take it easy on me. These are two different people. These two people, they're not the same. Now, when you're told that you're going to start taking classes from home, tests from home, quizzes from home, homework from home, what's your first instinct? The teacher's not watching anymore. You can take a test and no one is around you. No one but these four walls are watching me right now. So what am I gonna do? If I'm sitting there in a test, imagine you're sitting there with a test in front of you and you are confused. Are you going to sit there and just be confused and get the question wrong? No! You have Google, Internet Explorer. So what do? I take the question, put it in Internet Explorer, and you now teach yourself. It's not even a matter of cheating. It's a matter of teaching myself so I know for the final exam, Look at me, running potentially, yeah? So when you put out material that is so hard and then get mad when kids Google it, I don't know what to tell you. What were you expecting? Let me just tell you, if I was a professor, I'd be the most easygoing person. If you Googled and it's so clear, the fact that you took the effort to go and now Google it, the fact that you care about your grade that much, I would just give you A. Because there's some waste man out there that don't care about their grade at all. They don't care. They'll take the Z, not even the F, the Z. They will take the Z and go. So I'll give the kids who, like, you know what I mean? Like, you tried. You may have cheated, yeah, but you tried. So good sport. Get her done. But no, these professors, you Google even one thing. I suspect that there has been cheating in the class. Babes, there's cheating in the class. The whole class is on a Zoom call and they have kicked you out of the Zoom call. Okay? The whole class got a 92.35 exactly on the exam. How so? How do you think it was happening? Idiots. Like, I feel like schooling in a pandemic comes with cheating. Not necessarily cheating. Schooling in a pandemic comes with learning with online resources. So why are you mad? Like just rire and chure. Put yourself in my shoes. You're in my shoes now, and you see why we did what we did. So shut up. But in a real life, y'all, don't cheat. Do your homework on time. Because academic dishonesty is something scary. Take it from someone who knows. It made me exude liquids from every single hole in my body at once. I was so scared. I was like, Daddy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Your teacher will find out. They'll track your computer like they did me, and they will find out. Let me know if y'all want a story time on that. Another reason that I hate online schooling is because the teachers are not on the same energy wavelength as the students. Now, what does this mean? I'm gonna explain it to you. It seems as though my teachers are slacking off. They're grading things like a month after they were due. So why was it not just due a month later? Why did you make it due so early if you weren't gonna grade it until a month later? Okay, all right, okay. They're not updating their syllabus, they're not updating their website, they're not keeping us updated with anything, but you wanna be energy on 2, but you want my energy on 10. Professor, explain to me that one. Explain to me that one. Like, huh? You want me to give my all in this class, but you're not giving your all at all. You're not responding to emails, you're not updating your website, you're not doing anything that is required of you as a professor. So why do you expect me to do everything that's required of me as a student? Why? What's the reason? You give what you get. You've given me nothing. So don't be surprised when I'm giving you nothing as well. Anyways, y'all, that's just a few of my pet peeves with these professors and schooling online and all that other jazz. Let me know what you guys want to see from me next, whether it's just a sit down talk video or whatever it is. Whatever you want, I have it. Wherever it is, I'm gonna do it. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye! Besitos.